No. Um, yes, nothing's happened since I was 44, 43, when I had my first heart attack. I went to the hospital though, got checked out, blood pressure, nothing. But when I was at home, my boys, they were freaking out because they thought I was having a heart attack. So we're driving, they're driving behind us. We're going through red lights. They have a white handkerchief hanging out the window. They have a white handkerchief hanging out the window. They're swinging it around. They got their hazards on. The lights are flashing. We're trying to get to the hospital fast, and then when we got there, nothing. And, they calmed down. Second time at a restaurant eating, I feel heartburn. Wow, it was just intense. I'm drinking water, and that seemed to make it feel better. My heart, it just hurts. Manager came over, and he says, you need to stop this. You need to stop this behavior. And I could feel all the eyes on me. And I'm like, go away. My son, he can interpret for me. He's just fine. And I tell him, don't get involved, leave us alone. He's telling us we need to go, and I say, just go away. It's just so painful. The water, it worked, but it's just getting worse. My wife says we should go to the hospital. And I'm suffering. We're going to the hospital now. We're in the car. And we get there, nothing. And I'm like, what? Third time, I'm mowing the lawn, and my heart, oh my God, my heart. I think it's gotta be heartburn. It's so painful. My wife sees me and she says, you should take medicine. What was that medicine for you? What did I need? Oh yeah, it's called heart medicine for the stomach, I think. So we're driving again. We go to a Kmart. It's about 3 miles away. I'm just getting worse. I feel weak, and I tell my wife, go ahead. She gets out of the car, and she's like, are you sure? She keeps looking back at me as she's walking away, and finally she just comes back and says, I can't leave you. Oh, I know. I understand. It's okay. It was crazy. So my wife goes across the street, or we go across the street. We see a California hamburger. My wife runs inside and asks the manager to call 911. The manager goes, what for? I don't see anybody. There's nothing here. My wife says, my husband, he's out there. He's weak and he's in bad shape. And this guy just is like, okay. My wife runs outside after me. I'm getting worse and worse. And all of a sudden, this big Cadillac pulls up next to us. This big black Cadillac. And it's old. It's like a 66, 64. And this thing's just clunking along. I mean, it looks like a wreck. It's a bum. This guy hops out, and he comes over to us, and he says, you need help. And I say, yes, please, help. And he accuses me of drinking, well, because I was throwing up. And I say, no, I'm not drinking. And he's laughing. He says, oh, okay, what's wrong? my heart, it just continues to hurt. And this guy's looking at me. And he's like, yeah, you drank and you're drinking. And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, we need to lay you down. My wife told him I was deaf. So my wife, he tells me that I need to lay down. I don't want to lay down. But he tells my wife to go get a coat and to tell me that I need to lay down. My wife goes and gets a coat, and she's like, please, please lay down. She's begging me. So I'm like, oh, fine. So I put my head back on this coat. And all of a sudden I see this police chief on duty. Maybe it could have been a man or woman. I don't know. Maybe they work together. I mean, I'm laying back and I'm in pain. And the man comes over and he's looking at my arms, he's looking at my veins. And when you have a heart attack, your veins, they're flat. No more blood. I'm like, well, where does the blood go? So I'm like, where does the blood go then? The ambulance finally gets there. And when they get there, they're looking at my veins and they're trying to give me an IV. But they can't find a vein to give me one in. They're trying. Finally got one. They take me to the hospital. Nothing. I'm fine. And I show the doctor, I'm like, no, look at all these tests. I mean, the EMT. And he's like, you know what, your EKG tests, they were good. We're going to keep you overnight, though. They want to figure out what's wrong. I'm waiting. The doctor comes in. He's going through. He asked me what I think's wrong. I think my heart's just... I think I just have heartburn. My heart's just bum. And I say, I think I could just take some medicine. He said, okay, we're going to go downstairs. We're going to take the elevator downstairs. And we're going to go on the treadmill and walk. And I say, all right. We're going 3 speeds. That's fine. So I'm walking along. Continuing. We're talking. I'm fine. We're talking. We're having fun. Just walking along. Fine. 2nd speed. Oh, going a little faster. I start to feel out of breath. 3rd speed. Super fast. I'm just heaving. We're going so fast and I can't breathe. After 5 minutes, we were finished. And the doctor says, oh, all right. So we go back upstairs and I go to my bed. We're going up the elevator. Bam! Right then, my heart it hurt. And they take me to ICU right away. And I'm there. I'm in there. The doctor says, yes, you had a heart attack. And they try to get an IV in my arm for medicine. And my face, my face felt so heavy and it was hurting so bad on my jaw. I couldn't breathe. my jaw is hurting, and I can't breathe. It feels like something's stuck. So the doctor takes the stethoscope, and he can hear water. And it felt like the water was just rising up and choking me.